सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। The topic of discussion is relevance of ancient Indian culture in the era of technology. So this topic evidently has two contradictory aspects. On one hand is the ancient culture. On the other hand is the era of technology, the modern times. Naturally, the modern human being is much different from what he used to be in the ancient times. The lifestyle is different. Even the social norms have changed. The pace of life has changed. People are now, they have an opportunity. With a lot of development in technology, economics and so forth, we have created opportunities that everybody now has the possibility of much greater achievement in terms of prosperity, in terms of comfort, in terms of enjoyment. So certainly in the field of science, technology, and applied science and technology, a tremendous amount of progress has been made. And therefore, a question would naturally arise: what relevance can there be of a culture or the values that were taught 5,000 years ago? Sometimes people ask this question. Bhagavad Gita was taught 5,000 years ago, let us say. At that time, everything was different. All social conditions were different, the norms were different, goals were different. What relevance that teaching can have in the modern times where we are quite different people? So it is true that in our life something changes but something remains the same. My Guruji was once describing, once he was invited for a dinner, bhiksha we call it. And this was a Punjabi family. A big dining table is there, everybody seated around. Delhi is quite a westernized, modern place. So they were all seated and they started eating their dinner. And here is a hostess. She's a modern Punjabi woman. So they had made paratha. What she did was to paratha, cut them into pieces, then took a fork and pick up a piece of paratha, dip it in dal or sabji and eat it. So the method of eating is different. Paratha is the same, understand? Something is the same and something changes. The core is the same. The core of human being is the same. The forms change. So definitely there is a lot of change, a lot of development, a lot of opportunities, a lot of prosperities. Now it's a global family, so a lot of communication, a lot of things are different. But still, in the core, the human being remains the same individual. Meaning that certain things that were applicable at that time continue to be relevant even today. Vedanta talks about two kinds of problems. Two kinds of problems. One is a fundamental problem, other is a topical problem. Fundamental problem of hunger. And appeasing hunger is the same. What you eat, the way you eat, etc. may change. So also human being has a fundamental problem or a fundamental situation. Each one of us is characterized by having desires, let us say. What I desire today, the form of desire is certainly going to be different. That today I may want a BMW car, a modern computer and whatnot. The kind of clothes that I desire, all of these may be different. But that I have a desire is something very common between the time in ancient times and also the present time. So this is where the relevance of the ancient culture can be there, even in the modern times, that I remain this fundamentally. It's the human being having the same core necessities. The fact that we have desires, a desire arises out of a necessity. The manner in which that necessity is expressed may change, but that there is a necessity in me. What is the necessity? I feel human being is a self-conscious being. We are self-conscious beings. What is meant by a self-conscious being is that I am conscious of myself. I am certainly conscious of things around me, but at the same time I am conscious of myself. Here, this is one thing that distinguishes human beings from other beings. The kind of self-consciousness that we have of ourselves, the other creatures do not have that. Other creatures also have some kind of self-consciousness. That a cat seems to know that it is a cat. It may not use the word cat, but it knows. Therefore, when it encounters a dog, its treatment is one kind. Encounters a cat, a different kind. A dog treats another dog in one way and treats the cat in another way. That's so that it knows that it's a dog. That kind of self-consciousness which enables them to survive, ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithuram, to sustain their life, to reproduce, etc., the basic needs, they have that much self-consciousness. More than that they don't have. Whereas human being, we are conscious of ourselves. And we are conscious of the fact that we are needy people, that we seem to be not quite what we like to be. I'm talking about the fundamental human situation. That human being is not satisfied with himself because he finds himself a limited being. And I cannot accept myself as a limited being. I have the fundamental desire to become free, so freedom is what I love. And when I find myself limited, controlled, dependent, helpless, I cannot accept the situation. Nobody can accept that he or she is controlled by somebody. We cannot accept that we are dictated by somebody. We cannot accept that we are helpless. Thus, there is the fundamental urge to be free. Every creature wants to be free, but they are not aware of that need as much as we are aware. Every creature wants to be free, but here we not only want to become physically free, we also want to be emotionally free, spiritually free. What is freedom? I want to be what I want to be. I want a freedom to do what I want. I want a freedom to pursue what I want. Basically, I want the freedom to be happy. So there's need for freedom, and happiness is a fundamental need, an ancient need. How that need is fulfilled keeps on changing. Today, I try to fulfill that need through modern means, through use of technology, etc. But the fundamental problem is of freedom, seeking happiness is the same thing. In that sense, the ancient culture becomes very relevant to us, inasmuch as that ancient culture also teaches us how to fulfill our desire, how to fulfill the desire to be free, how to fulfill the desire to be happy. So, Swamiji, I know how to be happy. I don't need Bhagavad Gita to be happy, I know. I'm happy you have good food, happy you have luxury, happy you have a nice car, etc. I know how to be happy. I know what freedom is. And I want to do what I want to do. I don't care what you tell me to do. Even a little child also now declares freedom. A 5-year-old child. We were all sitting in the living room. The TV was going on. This child was watching something. I said, would you please switch off the TV? He turns and says, do I have to? This little thing touched me. So yes, these are all different, no doubt. The assertion of my freedom, assertion of my right, all of this is growing. We are evolving. Then I have to assert my right, the fundamental right, equality. This is all nice. But behind all of that is the desire to be free. And freedom means happiness. Desire to be free, desire to be happy. This desire fundamentally flows into human being regardless of where he is, when he is, at all times, at all places, and all conditions. And this is a solution that the ancient culture provides. There is a solution that, let's say, Bhagavad Gita provides. I'm sure other, traditions also attempt to do that. We like to feel that we provide the best solution, but it doesn't matter, everybody feels that way. So then, what is the solution that Bhagavad Gita provides? How does it help us achieve the goal of being happy, achieve the goal of being free? If I ask you a simple question, do you want to be happy? I'm sure you'll say yes. I don't think anybody wants to be unhappy. Next question is, how long do you want to be happy? 1 hour a day? 2 hours a day? How long?
Whatever.
All the time, 24/7? All the time. Where do you want to be happy? Suppose we tell you that you can be happy as long as you are in this hall, and once you leave this place and miserable, would you like that? No. We are happy not only here, everywhere. How much happiness do you want? This much happiness? Or that much happiness? Or that much happiness? Or that much? How much happiness do you want?
Unlimited.
I'm asking them, not you. So I want you to think along with me. They should have been here, in fact, in front of it, doesn't matter. They are right at the back, that's okay. Thing is, do you want this much happiness, or that much happiness, or this much happiness? I'm sure you say that I want this, meaning boundless happiness. This is not so. If I had my way, I don't think it can happen, but suppose you had your way, what will you want? Boundless happiness. How long? 24/7. Where? At all places. Is it not so? We may not have thought about it, but suppose we think, what do we want? Generally we don't think. But if we are made to think, then we will realize that without any exception, each one of us wants boundless happiness at all times, at all places. Would you agree with me? In the technical terms, it's a limitless happiness. No limitation of time, no limitation of place, no limitation of quantity. That's what everybody wants. Whether he is a millionaire or he is a beggar, the king, whoever it is. Even an illiterate person who has no exposure to anything, this everybody wants. We are born with this desire. It is not that one day I decided, Swami, now I decided to be happy. So what did you want until now? I did not. I am born with that desire. It's planted in me. So this is something which is common between the ancient time and the time of technology or modern time. So can somebody tell me? From there, okay? Please. Where do you think such a happiness is? Have you ever thought about forget about limitless. Where is happiness? Have you thought about it? Yes, Swami, I know. I'll graduate from here. And perhaps I'll go for PhD because you are in faculty of pharmacy. Without PhD, nothing works here. Chemical engineering, okay, engineering is okay. I mean, you need not go for PhD, but still, I'll get higher education. Then what will you do with the education? Why are you here? Swamiji, to get degree? For what? So I can get a job. For what? This what question is an interesting question. It is said about Swami Vivekananda. Once he was traveling, I guess from India to United States, in a ship. Swamiji was already well known, and so people were seeking his company. He would have satsang every evening. Swamiji saw there was one young man who was avoiding him, would not come to him. A few days went, then Swami Vivekananda himself took the initiative of approaching that young man. Yes, who are you, etc. So, where are you going? United States. Then what? I'll go to university. Then what? I'll become a doctor. Then what? I'll start practice. Then what? I'll make money. Then what? I'll build a house. Then what? I'll have a car. Then what? I'll get married. Then what? I will have a son, child. Then what? I'll raise him. Then what? Well, I'll retire. Then what? I'll return to India. Then what? What do you mean, then what, then what, then what? There's no other question. Then what? I'll die. You mean you are doing all of this for dying? Is that what you're doing? Because no thinking. You just do what everybody else does. like a sheep following a sheep. This is how very often we live, without thinking, without realizing that there is something that is seeking in our life. Yeah, everybody wants to be happy, but has anybody thought about how to become happy? Yes, Swami, I know. I'll become a CEO, I'll become an industrialist, I'll become a businessman, I'll become a wealthy person, I'll become a research, I'll become famous. That's fine. But I'll suggest one thing to you. You seek personal interview of a person who is happy, in your opinion, and ask personally, not publicly. Public stance is always different from the private stance. You know, when we were in school, there used to be a story of a happy man with a shirt. So this man is very unhappy. And somebody suggested, in the forest, there is one Baba, there is one Mahatma. You go to him and ask him how to become happy. Goes there, and Mahatma gives a very simple solution. Says, get a shirt from a happy person. You'll be happy. It's very easy. So this man went to the richest person in the town. Sir, please give me a shirt. Why you want shirt? Because they have told me that all I need to be happy is to get a shirt from a happy person. Why have you come to me? Because you are the richest person in the town. So you are happiest. He says, no, I'm richest, all right, but not happy. You don't know how many anxieties I have. The ships are coming and this is coming. I am always worried and anxious. Happy? Rich I am. Happy I am not. He goes to somebody else who thinks he is happy. He discovered that everybody had some problem or the other. People thought they were happy. They did not think that they were happy. Understand? So this is important. It's not what other people tell me, what I tell myself. Then somebody told him, you know something? You go to this person, such and such place in the forest. There lives a happy man there. So he goes there as directed. And hut. And yes, surely a happy man was living in there. Because he heard the sound of laughter coming from inside. And he knew that I am here now, face to face, I'm going to be face to face with a happy man. He knocks the door from inside, came a query. What do you want? Says, I want a shirt. Why? Because you are a happy man. He opened the door, he had no shirt. Meaning that this happiness that we're searching for, when you do enough thinking, you'll find that you cannot find it anywhere. Looks very attractive. Think from a distance. When you go and examine, you may have heard the story of Hanuman Ranjanaya. This Hanumanji served Lord Rama and he was overwhelmed with his service. So after returning to Ayodhya, it seems that once upon a time, Lord Rama and Sita ji must have gone for a walk. Hanuman was very much there. He refused to leave. All others were dispatched away. But he said, I'll be here to serve my master. Hanuman was walking behind. And Rama and Sita were talking about the exploits of Hanuman. Ramji was telling, what Hanuman has done for him. And Sita was so overwhelmed. She took out from her neck a very precious necklace of pearls called Hanuman. Hey, here, take this. I'm very pleased with you. Continued walking. Hanuman is following. After a while, this Sitaji heard some crackling sounds coming from behind, crackling sound. She looked back. You know what she found? This monkey. He took a pearl from that necklace, was crushing in his teeth, splitting open and throwing away. Another pearl, he cracks it. What are you doing, Hanuman? Do you realize how precious this necklace is? How precious these pearls are? What are you doing? He says, I'm looking for my Rama. Takes a pearl, cracks it. I don't find it. Throw it away. This is what we do. One accomplishment after the other. One pearl you get the wealth, crack it open. Not quite. Something else. You get that, not quite there. This is how ancient human being and modern human being, the same thing is searching for the happiness in one thing or the other. Hanuman, where is your Rama? He opened his chest, his ear. Meaning that this is what Bhagavad Gita teaches. This is what Vedanta teaches. That it is quite genuine. Your desire for being happy is a genuine desire. We do not have freedom to give up that desire because it is planted in our mind. And we cannot rest in peace unless that desire is fulfilled. And human being always has been searching for the happiness everywhere else, except not knowing where it is, not realizing that what he's searching for is within his own self. This is the fundamental teaching of the scriptures, particularly the Vedic scriptures. There are many things, but one thing which applies at all the time is that human being is in search of happiness, freedom, searching everywhere, but not finding it. You people must have heard, again in your childhood, in school, there was a story of 10th man. Have you heard this? Once upon a time, in a village, some boys wanted to go for a picnic. In those days, you cannot go out without permission of the elders. So these children went to the elder of the village and sought his permission that tomorrow we want to go for a picnic. Can we do that? The old man was generous. He says, yes, you can go, with one condition, that one of you should take the responsibility of bringing all others back safely. So one of them volunteered, I will do that. I will take the responsibility of bringing everybody back safely. So that old man says, let me see how many you are. He asked them to line up in front of him. He counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 of you. Your responsibility to bring all of them back safely. I will do that. So next day they started traveling. They came across a river. They crossed that river. When they reached the other bank of the river, then this person, let us call him a leader, monitor, who had taken the responsibility, said that, fellows, before we proceed further, let me count whether all of us have reached safely or not. Have we crossed the river safely? He remembered what the old man had done last night. Line up every day and count them. Says, come on, line up in front of me, let me count you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many will be there? Huh? Why, there were 10. And count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait a minute, what's happening here? From this side, various ways he counted. And then when you don't succeed, you get frustrated. Come on first, don't talk. Keep quiet. Let me count again. Etc. So many times he did. Then he thought maybe he's making a mistake. He asked his friend, hey, you come and count. He came and counted. Same school they had studied. Endeavor, in the same manner. Each one of them came forward and came to conclusion that there are only 9. 10th man is lost. There is no way they can now proceed unless they find this missing man. So they divided into search parties. One bank of the river, other bank of the river, in the water. Did they find him or not? For the whole day, they were searching for the missing 10th person. They could not find. Isn't it? Why? How come they could not find the missing person? From there, not from the learned scholars. They are all learned, but still. What was the reason why they could not find the missing person? What is the reason?
He was not counting himself.
He was not counting himself. So what happened then? How come they could not find the 10th man, missing man? Why?
The case is outward.
I am hoping for the answers there. You heard it 1500 times, so therefore, yeah. So how come they did not find the missing person? Huh? He does not count himself, so why he could not find it? He is not counting, that's okay. So what? He did not count himself, but then he can still search for that, find the 10th man, is it not so? Huh? Who is he searching for? The fellow is searching for, what is he? Who is he? He is the 10th man, isn't it? So when they are searching for 10th man, who are they searching for? Their own self, is it not so? You are searching for your own self. Can you find him? Can they ever find the 10th man as long as they are searching for? Fortunately for them, somebody came along and saw these people very sad and said, what's the problem, children? Then he told the whole story, how one of them is missing. How did you discover? He says, I'll show you. And he lined up, asked the friends to line up. He counted 1, 3, 9. Okay, children, don't worry. I know where the 10th man is. Oh, you know him? Where is he? They thought that he had seen him someplace. Where is he? I'll show you. Count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where is the 10th man? You are the 10th man. So can you ever find yourself? No. Vedanta says that thus when you are in search of happiness, search of freedom, search for love, search for peace, where is it? Our own self. That is why so much frustration, even in relationships also, because if happiness is within you, or you are the happiness, please tell me, do we have to acquire happiness or we have to give happiness? What should we have to do? If you want love in your life, should you be asking for love from outside of you, or should you be rather giving love to others? How to discover that? How to discover yourself? By trying to be what you are. Understand? Now you are in a certain age where love is the most important thing it's for everybody, but here particularly. But take this hint from me. Please do not beg for love. Do not expect other people to love you and make you happy. Nobody can do that. Because nobody can give you what you already have. Nobody can give me what I already have. This man, many of the stories come all from my teacher, by the way, nothing is original here. This man is a great bhakta of Bhagavan, and he was performing penance for a long time. So Bhagavan appeared before him, says, what do you want? What can I give you? Oh Lord, please give me a head over my shoulder. Says, what? Please give me a head over my shoulder. I'm sorry, I can't give you that. Says, why? I thought you are Bhagavan. You can give anything. I'm Bhagavan, but I cannot give you what you already have. If you want something inside the head, I can give you. I can't give what you already have. So when you say, please love me, at the 25th wedding anniversary, this wife asked his husband, do you really love me? But for 25, she is not sure. All the years have been spent in hoping that the husband will love her. And he has spent in hoping that the wife would love me. Not that you cannot, the thing is that love is something has to be discovered, has to be brought to manifestation, is already there, we have to make it manifest. To create is one thing, to bring to manifestation is another thing. Creating is what? What is not there is to be created. What is manifestation? What is there but still hidden from us has to be brought out. For example, in the sky, the sun is shining. Sometimes, because of the cover of the cloud, you do not experience the light. What should you do? Should you create a sun? Or should you impart light to sun? No. What you need to do is just remove that obstacle. Similarly, the sun of love is shining on your heart. Sun of happiness is shining in your heart. Sun means S-U-N, sun. Of happiness, of love, of freedom is already shining in your heart. When you search for that, it is like the 10th man searching for himself. So Bhagavad Gita teaches that, hey, don't ask for happiness. Don't be a beggar of happiness, of freedom or love. What should you do? Just turn around? You become a giver of happiness, giver of love, giver of freedom. What will that do? That will bring to manifestation what is already there. When you ask for it, that veil becomes more and more. In fact, you seem to be away, more and more away from what you want. Asking for happiness seems to only result in unhappiness. Happiness is to be given. Love is to be given. Freedom is to be given. Volume વધારે છે? Full છે. Somehow I feel that you don't hear. I'm sure you are hearing. A psychological problem, you know. Psychological, જો બંધ થઈ ગયું. So then, what should our life become? Should it become a process of seeking love, or should it become a process of imparting love? Should our life become a process of seeking happiness or giving happiness? Of using others or being useful to others? So one simple lesson is what Bhagavad Gita teaches is in technical ways called yajna. Yajna means a sacrifice. So what Lord Krishna teaches is that there are two ways of living life. One is the life of being a consumer, other is the life of being a contributor. A consumer and a contributor. What is the difference? A consumer is the one who is begging for love, for happiness, for freedom. A contributor is one who is giving love, happiness or freedom. Therefore, when you are beginning your life, if you have this understanding, the fundamental understanding about life, which applied in the ancient times, equally applies in any time. What is happening by, just to make it a little funny, when these fellows are searching for 10th man, they said, hey, we are not fast enough. So they developed a bicycle. So they can, search quickly. Then a motorbike. Then a motor car. Then I think we should search, we should look around. Helicopter. All kinds of things are developed for what? For searching for 10th man. You follow? A boat, motorboat, submarine, all kinds of discoveries, inventions can take place for what? For searching for 10th man. All development is like that. But fundamental thing remains the same. So you enjoy this development. Understand that all these developments, the resources that we have are to be used not for exploiting somebody, but for helping somebody. Not for using others, but for being useful to others. In that sense, this modern technology is an excellent thing. Whereas technology can also become a means of using others, exploiting others, which is often what we find being done. The same can also be used for being useful to others. So this modern development is a great boon. Don't think that Vedanta is against development, technology. It's all empowerment. Every development is an empowerment. For what? It can be an empowerment to extract more and more from the world, or it can be an empowerment to become more and more useful. So that way this technology can be a great boon because it empowers me. If that empowerment is used to be a contributor, the best way, a right way of becoming happy, successful, is to be a contributor. You know why? Because Lord Krishna shows in the Bhagavad Gita, look Arjuna, in the whole universe, a cosmic harmony is there of contribution. In the school you may come across this verse, Paropakaraya vahanti nadyah, Paropakaraya vibhati suryah, Paropakaraya phalanti vrukshah. The trees do not eat their own fruit, the fruits are meant for others. The cow does not drink its own milk, meant for others. The sun shines for serving others. The rivers flow for serving others. Everything in nature, by the way, is paropakara, serving others. So that is the law prevailing in the universe. And the extent to which we can create a synchronism, sync with that law, to that extent, our life is happy. The extent to which we violate that law, there is unhappiness. So understand that unhappiness is not because of technology, not because of fast pace of life, not because of competition. Nothing need to make us unhappy. What makes us unhappy is this reverse thing is violating the fundamental law. Fundamental law is becoming a giver, paropakara, helping others, being a contributor. And you become a consumer. Unfortunately, this modern capitalist system is based on consumption. More you consume, more circulation is there, more production is there, more employment is there, more prosperity is there, more waste is there. And thus the whole thing is based on consumption and waste and violence. So we have to reverse that, at least for ourselves. Not wasting, contributing, conserving the resources. This is what a simple lesson that Bhagavad Gita teaches, which can be relevant at any time, at any place, in all conditions, for anybody. And for you people who are now at a threshold of your life, when you are beginning your life, if you have this understanding and this basic value or attitude you apply or adopt in your life, you will be happy and successful people. Thank you.